Hey guys, the name is Jasper, and welcome to my top 10 most anticipated movies for the year 2023. But before we go to my top 10 list, I do have some honorable mention, and it is only one movie. This is a movie that I've been waiting for like several months now. So it's actually the movie by Cathy Garcia Molina, After Forever, which stars Daniel Padilla and Catherine Bernardo. And one of the reasons why I'm excited for this movie is because, principal photography is going to happen in the Bay Area, around San Francisco, in an area where I live. And the last time I've seen a Filipino rom-com movie or a show that featured San Francisco was the movie from GMA, Richard Gutierrez and Angel Locsine's "I Would Always Love You," and that was like many years ago. Now I heard there was this another show featuring Nadine Lustre and James Reid. It's like an ABS-CBN show, but I forgot the name of the thing. But anyways, let's go on. Oh, by the way, before that, I do know that there's a chance that this movie might have been already canceled because the last time they announced this movie was way back before the pandemic, around February, early weeks of February 2020. So there's that. There's a chance that this movie might be already dead, but who knows? So my number 10 is Super Mario Brothers. So this one was unexpected. Seeing the trailer was simply satisfying to watch because they had several references to the games that I've played relating to any Super Mario game. We do have the Mario Kart references, the typical original Super Mario game, and we also got hints of Smash Brothers in there. Now I'm not the biggest Super Mario fan, but I do remember when I was a child, I was forcing my dad to buy me a computer just to play Super Mario. But again, I'm not the biggest Super Mario fan, but the trailer did give me some hype about it. Number 9. So number 9 is actually Barbie. Yes, that Barbie. But this is the thing. The cast so far and even the director, all of them are amazing. They have an amazing resume in the past. I forgot what the cast name is, but we got the actress who played Harley Quinn. We got the actor who played the guy from Blade Runner 2049. And then we got Shang-Chi there. And the trailer, oh my god, the trailer is simply amazing. The trailer is actually a reference to the original 2001 Space Odyssey teaser trailer, something like that. And from there, I'm in. I think the marketing so far for this movie is amazing. I feel like this is going to be a fish out of water movie, which is something that I really adore. That's why I really like the Wonder Woman films in the past. And so yeah, there's that. I'm really looking forward to the Barbie movie. Number 8, Transformers Rise of the Beast. So the Transformers series is kind of hit and miss. The first one was great, and then the second one came, it sucks. The third one came, it sucks. And the fourth one came, it sucks. And then they got Bumblebee, and Bumblebee was amazing. And that was like my first exposure to Haley Steinfeld. But given this new movie, it feels like it's going to be a mix of the Bumblebee movie, given with the design of the Transformers characters, and it's also a mix of the Michael Bay movies of the past. And the fact that we have a new director in hand, then I am really excited to see this one. This is my first time being really excited for a Transformers movie. So yeah, that's why it's number 8. Number 7, Oppenheimer. So I'm a huge fan of historical films, and given the fact that this film is being directed by the one and only Christopher Nolan, who directed the Dark Knight series, who also gave us Interstellar and even Inception, then I'm really looking forward to this movie. I'm a sucker when it comes to history, as you guys know. And even before the times when I got interested in Philippine history, I love reading stuff that involves anything that is related to the previous world wars. And Oppenheimer is it was based on the book, but it's a film about the scientists who invented the nuclear bomb. So I'm really, really excited to see that. Number 6, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So I'm a big fan of the multiverse stuff, and we got some hints of it from the Loki series, more hints of it from Spider-Man No Way Home, and we were being bombarded with it and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And the director for this one, who I think his name is Peyton Reed, he said that the Ant-Man movies felt like a palate cleanser after the big Avengers movie. And now his plan with Ant-Man and the Wasp 3, Quantumania, he wanted to have an Avenger level movie. And this is going to be one of our first look of an evil Kang, like Kang the Conqueror, which is going to be like the main big villain for this new phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I'm really curious to know how they're going to tell this story with all of the multiverse madness, with the Kang character, and I even love the actor who is playing Kang right now. And he looks really buff. I also love the Ant-Man character. Sorry, I forgot his name. Oh, it's Paul Rudd. Yeah, Paul Rudd is amazing. Whenever I see Paul Rudd in the screen, it makes me happy. So that's why it's number 6. Number 5, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So my dad is a big fan of Indiana Jones. He used to buy the entire copies of the Indiana Jones movies, but I just didn't watch them because I wasn't interested. But my dad loves them. So just a few months ago, I decided to watch Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, which I believe is the first movie. And I actually made a review about it for school. And I actually like the movie. And this is coming from a person who loves the Uncharted series for the PlayStation. And I also like the movie that stars Tom Holland in it. And I don't know, Indiana Jones, at least on this movie, this feels like the final movie in where we are going to get Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones himself. And the fact that this movie is being directed by James Mangold. Yes, that James Mangold who directed the last Wolverine movie, Logan, which I believe is one of the best comic book movies out there. I am really hyped up for this movie because James Mangold was able to tell a story about maybe a wounded or a suffering legend. He was able to do it with the Wolverine character and also with the Professor Xavier character, and he was able to give both of them like proper closure for the audience. And now I feel like James Mangold is going to do the same magic for the Indiana Jones character. And I am simply excited about this one. Still, I still have time to watch the other Indiana Jones movies. But for now, given that I've only seen the first Indiana Jones movie and I'm excited for this one, that is simply saying a lot about the IP. Number 4, The Flash. Okay. So we do know Ezra Miller has done a lot of stupid stuff in the past, and I hate them for it. I simply hate them for it. But pushing Ezra Miller aside, this is going to be our first multiverse movie that involves the DC Cinematic Universe, or at least they call it the DC Expanded Universe. No, actually, they changed it to the Worlds of DC. Anyways, when I first saw the teaser trailer for it, seeing like there's 3 Ezra Millers as 3 Flashes, seeing the suit, the Michael Keaton suit from the 1990s movie, it really hypes me up. I just wanted to see Michael Keaton again as Batman. Just imagine the fact that we have the current Flash communicating with the Batman of the past, right? I mean, this is my dad's Batman when he was still a young adult. And I mean, there's just a ton of potential about this movie. I heard nothing but good things about it. I've heard of praises, standing ovations in the screening, and I mean test screening. And I also believe that we are getting 2 Batmans here. One is Michael Keaton, and the other one is Ben Affleck. We're getting Batfleck back. So I'm still really excited about this movie, even though James Gunn is already trying to make a new DC Cinematic Universe. But hey, this is something that I've been waiting for a long time. I mean, they've been working on the Flash script for even way before the pandemic. And I can still remember driving all the way to my first job and hear about the stuff that they're still trying to write the script for the Flash movie. And now everything has been shot, everything has been post-produced. All they need is to release this movie with the fact that we have an Ezra Miller running around. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I am simply a huge James Gunn fan, and I am a huge Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I remember seeing the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie in a theater with someone, and I was simply blown away with the use of music in here, like the 70s and the 80s music. And I'm a big fan of it because I grew up listening to this music because my dad would always play his classic musics, classic songs from the 80s or the 70s. And I was hearing them incorporated in this big Marvel movie it's not simply eye candy, but at the same time, it feels great in the ears. And every time, whenever there's a new Guardians of the Galaxy movie that gets released, I will easily make a new playlist has the songs from those Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And also coming up from the heels of Guardians of the Galaxy, a holiday special, I think the fans are already ready. They are prepared for another Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And I think they're going to, at least James Gunn is going to be, he is amazing when it comes to being funny and all, doing wacky and crazy stuff. But at the same time, he knows how to put human emotions in his crazy movies. We got that from Suicide Squad. We also got that from the previous two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And now it also feels like, judging by the trailer, this feels like this is going to be the last movie where we'll be seeing either Drax or Rocket Raccoon. So I feel like there's going to be a ton of changes here when it comes to the group of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And my number 2 on the list is Dune Part 2. Now I remember hearing the reviews about Dune, and I wasn't excited about it because I was like, okay, who cares about a movie that happened on the desert and its politics and stuff, just people talking. But then I realized most of the Star Wars movies happened in the desert. Dune is sci-fi. I like sci-fi. I also like hearing just people talking. I'm also a big fan of politics in films and even shows. That's why I like Game of Thrones. And at the same time, this guy is being directed by Denis Villeneuve. I can't pronounce his name. But what he did with Blade Runner 2049 was simply astonishing. So I went into the theater. I decided to not watch it on streaming. I went into the theater, bought some tickets, went in alone, got ready myself for this 3-hour movie with my popcorn and Coke, and I was blown away. Like, wow, the CGI in this thing didn't feel like it's CGI. It feels like practical. And the characters that they were able to develop here in a 3-hour movie, the conversation that each of the characters have. It's simply crazy. You guys really need to watch the first Dune movie in order to really understand why I am putting Dune Part 2 in the second of my top 10 list. I'm just really excited about this one. And my number one, my number one on the list is easily Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So it was around, I think it was the year 2018, I believe, when they released. No, I think it was 2019. Yeah, I think it's 2018. 2018 was the year where they released Infinity War. And then on the same year, around December, we got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. On that year, my favorite comic book movie on that year was not Avengers Infinity War, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And it goes to show when the writers and the filmmakers focus on the characters, that's when the movie stands out. Sure, the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was like an ensemble movie, given that there's like several Spider-Man from different universes. It's the same thing like Infinity War. It's like an ensemble movie. But on how they were able to tell the stories and express the emotions of the characters in the Spider-Verse movie was way more impressive compared to Infinity War. I'm not saying Infinity War is bad. Infinity War is amazing. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is way better than Infinity War. That's why I'm excited for Across the Spider-Verse, because this was supposed to be a standalone sequel movie, but then they decided to separate it and make this entire series into a trilogy. I'm excited for this one because I'm just really curious to know what's next for Miles Morales. And I fell in love with the Miles Morales character in the first Spider-Verse movie. And I love this idea that there is another Spider-Man out there, which is Spider-Man 2099, who is trying to hunt Miles Morales for some reason. And seeing the teaser and the trailers for this one, and seeing how many Spider-Man we are going to see in here, it feels like we're going to see Spectacular Spider-Man, the animated one. We're also going to see Spider-Man from the PS4 game. And I've been hearing rumors that we're also going to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man. But this one has a ton of potential in it. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And watching a movie that involves a ton of Spider-Man, then I'm in. I'm easily in. Of course, I'm also excited to see Peter B. Parker coming back. Now I think he now has a child, so I'm happy for him. And also we are going to see Gwen Stacy back again, being played by good Filipina girl, Haley Steinfeld. So yeah, this is my number one on my list. So what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with my list? Well, this is my list anyway, so you guys don't have to agree with it. But what's your top 10 this 2023? Are you guys excited for this year? Does this year feel like a big year for movies? Comment down below, you guys, and let me know your thoughts about this list and your thoughts about 2023 and what it can provide when it comes to movies. See you guys around. Goodbye and take care.